Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of the Primetime Newscast, the English language on Canal International. I'm called Maureen. We'll begin with our top stories. Cameroon joins the international community to observe World Day Against Child Labour this June 12, a phenomenon that remains disturbing in Cameroon, and many kids are still involved in commercial activities, especially during holidays. 15 separatist fighters have laid down weapons in the southwest region of Cameroon following a military raid carried out in neighboring Nigeria during the military operation. One Amber gang leader was severely wounded and died on the spot. And hopes of a brighter tomorrow in businesses and other projects that impact lives and build economies have been re-echoed by an author and investment coach, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. The Nigerian-born was in Cameroon over the weekend to launch a book titled Billionaire Habits. Those are major stories. Details right ahead. Canal International. Good evening once more. 14 separatist fighters have laid down their weapons in the southwest region of Cameroon following a military raid carried out in a neighboring Nigeria during the military operation. One Amber gang leader was severely wounded and died on the spot. More on the story with our reporter Ines Ondwa Mbala.
A military raid at the Cameroon-Nigeria border has led to the killing of a separatist fighters leader, commonly called General Azaya, whose team has been terrorizing the people of Ndian Division in the southwest region. Element of the 22nd Marine Battalion, led by Aurelien Benoit Bidangema, stormed Akpaksang village, where the operation was carried out.
Our neighboring villages who were causing problems in my village. That is why they joined. Not that they were even going out to do anything.
During the military raid, 14 separatist fighters decided to lay down weapons and embrace peace.
I joined this struggle in 2021. He is 25 years old. I am a young Celestine. I am 21 years old. I joined this struggle 2021 from Akpaza.
Nangia Cliquez. I'm 25 years old. I joined this struggle 2021.
My name is Titus Abai. I'm 31 years. I joined this struggle 2021 at Akpaza.
The 14 ex-fighters, members of two separate gangs placed under the command of General Azaya, expressed regrets on actions perpetrated on the population. They told local administrative authorities that henceforth they will strive for peace to return as they are ready to serve the nation. Ndian Senior Divisional Officer Gilbert Gibai Baldena saluted their courage and promised government support in the integration of the ex-fighters.
I come here myself to welcome you.
Thank you, sir.
Because I think you took a wise and good decision to come out from the bush.
This comes as a relief to inhabitants of Ndian Division in particular and those of Southwest and Northwest in general, two regions affected with the over 6-year security crisis. While waiting for the transfer of the 14 separatist fighters to Boya DDR Center, the ex-Amazonian Army Group are being lodged at the 22nd Marine Battalion in Mundimba.
And Cameroon joins the international community today to observe World Day Against Child Labour, a problem or a phenomenon that remains disturbing in Cameroon, and many kids are still involved in commercial activities, especially during our holidays. Hyacinth was on the streets of Yaoundé this day. His story.
Barely weeks into the summer holidays, the streets of Yaoundé are currently flooded with children hawking various items. Here at the Batalonkak stretch of road, the teenagers, with some as young as 7, mingle within the fleet of cars to sell out their items. They outline various reasons that push them into the activity. A disturbing phenomenon that keeps drivers wondering.
On les voit piler partout. Depuis un certain temps, on constate qu'il y a...
They are everywhere for some time now. It is becoming worse. Why? It is still poverty? Are there no secure places for them to sell? I keep asking myself questions. At times, when is the moment for car to move as indicated by the traffic light? That is when the children cross the road. It is really disturbing.
Et subitement, vous les voyez traverser. Ça devient perturbant.
And as Cameroon joins the international community to commemorate World Day Against Child Labour this June 12, city dwellers lament over the rising situation of exposing kids as traders on the street with the high risk involved.
There is lot for insecurity now. I cannot even take the risk of searching my child to sell on the street. With the big readers everywhere, it is very risky to send a child to the street. I'm totally against it.
The 2023 edition is placed under the theme Week of Actions Against Child Labour, a call for collective effort to curb the disturbing situation.
And it is worth noting that child labor has been prohibited by the Cameroonian labor framework, such as the Cameroon Labor Code of August 1990. Despite the laws, the practice is rather increasing by the day, to the annoyance of some parents who rather blame government for promoting the phenomenon. More in the following story.
With a tray of boiled granules on his head, Sylvain begins his day as a street vendor in Cameroon's economic city, Douala. He roams the central business district of Akwa in search of customers all day. The Form 4 student in a technical school tells me he is obliged to hawk during holidays in order to raise money for his school needs when schools eventually open. I'm doing this to help my parents so they could easily pay my school fees and provide my school needs. That's why I'm on the streets selling granules. Financial insecurity is said to be the primary factor of the growing child labor in Cameroon, especially during long vacations. Children as young as 5 roam the streets and are exposed to wee hours, despite being exposed to danger. Besides laboring under extreme climatic conditions, they are constantly exposed to accidents, rape, kidnappings, killings, torture, and abduction. So parents we talk to condemned child labor, describing it as a violation of children's rights. Others were quick to blame the phenomenon on economic hardship and poverty. Life is so difficult these days, and that's why it's difficult to keep children at home. Some parents are obliged to exploit these children during holidays so they could put food on the table too, and also help buy their school needs when school starts. As a parent, I'm against child labor. It's not normal for children to work during long vacation. They are exposed to a lot of things: accidents, kidnappings, killings, and a lot more. I condemn it. According to a report from the International Labour Organization, 160 million girls and boys aged between 5 and 17 are affected by child labor worldwide, a figure that keeps growing daily.
Different stakeholders involved in waste management across the country are multiplying strategies to ameliorate the situation in a consultative platform this day in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. They are seeking ways of ranging the action, job-oriented, strengthening the chain and consolidating the activities of each stage. More on the report with our reporter, Haisencha.
The proper management of waste all over the country remains a veritable problem, and these continue to aggravate the rising environmental issues. It is against this backdrop that the waste management stakeholders involving civil society organizations, sectoral administrations, councils and others, all under the drive of the Ministry of Environment, protection of nature and sustainable development sharpened mechanisms this June 12 in Yaoundé to consolidate the establishment of a national waste exchange, using waste as a catalyst for economic development.
I hope this will probably have a double effect on sanitation, on the quality of life, and on the economy, because these are new jobs, green jobs, as we call. And we hope sincerely that this is the start of a new opportunity for.
This is equally geared towards redefining the role of the different actors and strengthening their efficiency.
We will collect e-waste in Cameroon so that we will treat them ecologically and export some dangerous fraction we did not have solution in Cameroon.
Presiding over the discussions, Minister Hele Pierre urged the participants to intensify their awareness vis-à-vis the project with focus on national waste exchange.
And the practical fees of commercial property were kicked off today across Cameroon at one of the sub-centers visited in the nation's political capital. Yaoundé students were deep in the childcare, gerontology, dietetic, and culinary technique sessions. A picture of activities with our reporter, Beatrice Ngam.
In white overall, white headscarf, the students taking practicals in childcare, gerontology, dietetic at work this Monday morning at GBTHS Yaoundé. This first written part entails candidates picking a situation, a problem, and formulating on how to handle it, proposing 2 suitable menus in that light. The sheets are handed, and from the 3 proposals, 1 that fits is adopted. The candidate will come up with a 3-course meal for the situation, entrée, main meal, and dessert. The candidates then heads to the store with a bowl to collect what is needed for the technical culinary stage, bought by the school for the examination. Operation 3-stone fireplace for a dish like sanga, palm nut to boil, and later pound to remove the juice, fresh corn to boil, and fresh vegetable to complete. But others like fresh fish pepper soup can be prepared on cooking gas. Close by are these others on childcare. Here, gloves and face masks have been added to their dressing. How to prepare baby, like water before bathing. How to clean, bathe, dress, and feed a baby. This practical phase coming the following week after the written part of the probatoire commercial examination.
Just expect that as we started Hitch-free, it will also end Hitch-free. We have an enrollment here of 766 candidates, and we suppose, if all goes well, we may finish before Saturday.
Preparation are also underway for the CAP practicals tomorrow. We just one trade here, which is bespoke tailoring.
Tomorrow, the students will be starting with the pattern drafting. The next day, they will be doing sewing.
The mark obtained during this practical phase, evaluated by qualified teachers, will be combined with that of the written part for the final results that will be published.
This conference of female leaders from different spheres of life took place over the weekend in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. Opportunity for women advanced and excelling in what they do to spur others and especially young girls detect their hidden talents. More with Beatrice Ngam.
The initiators, women of substance, all leaders in their respective fields of life they decided to share with other women and young girls. The Conference of Female Leaders, Saturday at the Simbok neighborhood in Yaoundé, is the first edition. These women leaders see very many opportunities out there for women today. They need to seize the opportunities thrown on their face to bring out the talents they possess. Holiday period, time women can go out to learn.
Ceux-là qui n'ont rien à faire pendant les vacances, dirigez.
Those who have nothing to do during holiday, come to us. We can help detect hidden talents in you. Then orientate them towards that and find fulfillment, joy, and be autonomous with what you've learned from us.
Autonome à travers ce que vous aurez appris.
Carpentry, tailoring, fabrication of accessories, catering, what they have to offer. Like her, the other panelists are endowed with lots of talents for women.
That women, we have to stand up, to work very hard. We are here to say that women just have a responsibility about the education we give to our children, good values, and to share it with the young generation that is the future of our country and our continent.
The conference was also an opportunity to showcase Cameroon's culture in the form of dishes prepared and served by all present. So too a kind of fashion parade, exhibiting sewing skills in styles of dress. Music is a sector many women have tried and are excelling also. Women for women, no one should be left behind. It is the vision of the conference under the theme, Emerging Leadership.
Hopes of a brighter tomorrow and other projects that impact our lives and build economies have been re-echoed by an author and investment coach. The Nigerian born was in Cameroon over the weekend to launch a book titled Billionaire Habits. The book is Solutions to Daily Challenges faced by people in businesses and others. More in the following story.
They dream big with the goal of becoming better persons for their families and societies. And building stronger economies is what these attendees of a book launch are aiming at. But as they strive daily, the limitations are many. Unfriendly business environments, financial limitation, lack of confidence, and other barriers are speed breaks to their emergence. Listening and exchanging with Nigerian-born Africa's most influential investment coach, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, was nourishing.
Well, we're leaving them with the mental possibility to build wealth legitimately via hard work, dedication, and share enterprise solution, exchanging value for cash.
The writer and author finds pleasure in changing lives through his books. The latest being Billionaire Habits. He targets entrepreneurs, the clergy, the laity to grow their businesses and achieve financial freedom. The book shows ways of turning zero to billions through tested and legal means.
We've already had my amazing team of mentees who have already executed some of what we have taught or we teach even before I came to Cameroon.
The June 10 book launch attracted hundreds of people who expressed positivity after listening to Dr. Stephen Akintayo.
We have been made to have an open heart and an open mind to see that it is possible to grow wealth from something very little. There is the discipline of creating good integrity. There's a discipline of creating good relationships.
In Africa, we've noticed that most of our billionaires share their experiences via social media, but Dr. Stephen took time to put that in 5 great books.
The attendees left with impactful knowledge and ready to implement in their businesses and personal life. All they wish is for change and continuously climb the ladder.
Get more inspirational talks from Dr. Stephen Akintayo in the following interview.
Africa is our home, and nobody would develop Africa for us but we, the people. And as much as there are a lot of challenges acquiring property in Africa, we just still have to work our way around it, particularly as young people. We are not just the future of tomorrow, we are the owners of today. And the earlier young people begin to take their land and take possession, the better. A lot of Western world are looking up to Africa for agriculture, for minerals, and if we, the people of Africa, don't invest in our nation, wake up, we're old, and we have nothing in our name.
And the late former Customs Director, Mulela Joseph, who died on April 28 in Douala, has been laid to rest in Bonatibong, Douala, or paying their last respect to the deceased. The Minister of Finance, Lipo Motaze, described the late former Customs Director as a monument. Gladys Ambodiban completes the story for us.
From the Lakentini Hospital mortuary in Douala, Cameroon, the corpse of the late custom director, Mulela Joseph, was immediately transported to the Beseke ceremonial ground for military honors. From the testimonies, the late custom director was described as an intelligent, humble, peace-loving officer with integrity. His family says he will be missed, but his values and principles will forever be remembered. He was devoted to his job and family. He was a meticulous man. He loved to see every assignment executed perfectly. I am happy he transmitted some of his values to many before he passed on. The ceremony to give the late former custom director last respect, June 9, 2023, took place in the presence of the Minister of Finance, Louis-Paul Motazi, Littoral's Governor, Samuel Diodene Ivahadzibua, the Managing Director of the Customs Department, Adrian Fongot Novager, other administrative and security officers, as well as family members and friends. He had the technical know-how with a lot of experience that deserves to be commended. It is an occasion again for me and the entire staff of the Ministry of Finance to extend heartfelt condolences to his wife, children, and all those he left behind to mourn him. The late custom director, Mulela Joseph, who died on April 28, 2023 at the age of 77 after a protracted illness, was laid to rest on Saturday, June 10, 2023 in Douala.
And that report brings us the end of the primetime newscast in the English language on Canal International. Thanks so much for watching. But coming up next is the brief with Mathieu Fangwa, As for me, I'll be back same time tomorrow. Good night.